based off of winning 45-0, I guess they're probably not complaining, are they?
They're not complaining, but I'm watching Terry warm up his hands as if he's in New England covering this game. The Patriots aren't complaining that they get a week here, but it's always back to work, you guys, when Bill Belichick is your head coach. And I spoke with two of their team leaders, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore, and Devin McCourty, about the transition this Patriots team is making this year and what it's like with life with a new quarterback. What's up? Good to see that smile right there. See, we don't see your guys' smiles anymore with all these masks on. We got action now.
2020 interview style.
And the Patriots, the 45.
Most guys look at a schedule, right? And you go, okay, we get to kick it for a week in LA. Like, I'm down with that schedule. And then 2020 happened. So your week in LA looks very... Look at your face.
Folks, stay tuned right here.
Yep, one down, one to go on that West Coast trip.
Making the most of the situation. It's kind of the theme of this year, right?
You know, even Sunday after the game, you know, this is an awesome hotel. It has a little terrace where we were all able to hang out outside, just, you know, crack jokes, laugh, and have a good time.
The weather is the number one thing. You know, it's cold back in Boston. I really want in and out. Hopefully they have this for us after the game.
This is as good as it gets right here. Streamers coming down.
It's an unusual sentence to say the Patriots might not make the playoffs. There's always Patriot football in January. Do you feel pressure?
It's funny, you know, it's 2020. We're usually at this time looking to see, you know, in my 10 years, what it takes to get a 1 or 2 seed. And now we're looking to fighting to get in, fighting and crawling.
It's the NFL on the exclusive Built Stadium in upstate New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up
Every week now,
with the
when we
Tampa
go
Bay
out there, it's
Buccaneers.
kind of a playoff game.
I think we're playing good ball.
That's what they need to do. Look confident.
I'm very confident in our team right now at this moment of the season.
Here's Smith to
When you look
return
at
it.
a guy like Cam, what have you learned about your quarterback that maybe you didn't know before he ended up in the locker room?
When we see him coming in each and every day, working extremely hard, he's the first guy in, the last guy out.
As a defense, we hated Cam Newton in training camp. And it should be that way, like talking trash, we're going back and forth. What I saw the most of his leadership. You know, he's willing to do whatever it takes to win a football game.
A different style of play than Tom Brady and a very different style of clothing. Has there been an outfit this year that made you say, what?
One, it's been a bunch of outfits. Scott comes in there every day. Everybody else got on sweatpants, a hoodie, and he's dressed to the nine.
I just feel like he can pull off anything.
You kind of look and you say, hey, let me handle what I have.
And not the start he was
There, you
hoping
could
for
fall,
there
thank
to
you.
maybe get back to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah,
scrimmage.
you
And
could.
that's it.
you know it.
Hey, look, as a
David
quarterback, you got to
on the
appreciate,
tackle.
what this defense is doing for the Patriots. They rank 5th in the AFC, and it takes time to adjust to a new home and to be with a new team, but great respect there for both those defensive guys about their new quarterback.
Offensive coordinator for New England, Josh McDaniels. It's amazing to me how they changed this thing from a Tom Brady offense to a Cam Newton offense. And I was shocked in my extensive film study, getting ready for tonight's game, that Cam's only thrown 5 touchdown passes. And I watched the tape, and I was watching his delivery, and it's like he hinges back and then snaps forward, tilts back like this, and then snaps forward. I know he had shoulder surgery, but I've never seen a quarterback throw like that. Normally a quarterback steps and fires into it without Cam to touch. Cam Newton's been on the injury list the last couple of weeks with an abdominal strain. A lot of time when Bill Belichick puts somebody on the injury list, they're like, that's just him trying to beat Bill Belichick. But that actually has not been the case with Cam. I'm told that, in fact, he has been struggling with that abdominal injury. And they said, look, it's causing an awful lot of pain for the last couple of weeks. But because they have the short week, they forced him to rest. And as a result of that, today, he felt better than he has for the last week. Listen, that doesn't heal during the season. Will not heal.
Especially on short weeks. They played on Sunday, 4 days later they have to play. Cam hasn't thrown for over 100 yards in the last 2 games, but Michael, they've both been wins. We talked about they won 4 of their last 5. They're behind, but they seem to be hitting up at the right time. A lot of that, though, has to be because of the guy they got on the sideline with the hoodie.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Belichick. And one thing you always learn about the Patriots is that they do whatever, every player understands, you do whatever it takes to win. That was the same thing when they had Tom Brady there, the same thing now with Cam Newton. He has 11 rushing touchdowns, only 5 passing touchdowns, and you wonder how this team even in contention, and that's because of the man right there, Bill Belichick. And he had 4 starters opt out before the season, then he had 4 backups opt out before the season, and he really didn't have an offseason to work with Cam Newton like you would usually have, and he had to revamp and make his offense fit Cam Newton. Outside of winning the Super Bowl, this may be the best coaching job that he has done to even have this team in the running to even make the playoffs.
I tell you what, as you hit that great piece of yours, Carissa, so looking at the guys, they stayed in the same. It was. I loved it. They stayed in the same hotel. Obviously, staying over for the same as the Portsmouth, whatever the Spartans were. But that's an advantage for them because they're going to be focused. They're going to be ready. They had experience in that stadium. They had that blowout last week. This is playoff time for them. They can't lose anymore. Oh, that's New England Patriots. Bill Belichick being at his best, keeping his team in there nice and focused.
Great analysis, Tony. Great analysis.
Stuck in L.A. and
It's that kind of night, I think. All right, with fan restrictions at NFL stadiums this season, one of the unsung heroes on game day has been the in-game audio operator. And our cousin Sal went to find out just how that crucial job gets done.
Hey, Cousin Sal here. Tonight I want to pay tribute to the men and women with the toughest job in football. No, not the ones responsible for squeezing and irritation. I'm talking about the audio engineers who work the very sanitized crowd control knobs at various NFL stadiums. Let's head into Fox's secret sound cave and meet this guy. Hey, I'm Sal. How's it going? Hey, Sal, take your break. Phil, nice to see you. Phil, you are one person who's in charge of creating the phony crowd with 60,000 people.
So one of 32 guys attempt
that incompletion. Let's roll through a few scenarios here. I'm going to tell you what the play is, and you show me what the appropriate crowd response is. Okay? All right, let's say it's the first quarter, and the home team jumps offside.
And the Bills take it all the way down the field, and
Daniel Jones is sprinting for the end zone and doesn't reach it because he trips over his own feet onto his face. I think there'll be a few more laughs in there, but I get it. Okay. Now it's going to get tricky, okay? Bill Belichick runs onto the field wearing nothing but a hoodie. I got this. Wow, you really thought about this before. Not really. The Patriots quarterback is sacked by an actual stampede of rams. Howie Long shows up to the set with Justin Herbert's haircut. I love it. I could do this all day. Except it's time for my pick. I am taking the Rams to defeat the Patriots 21-14.
Brady and the Buccaneers here first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
All right, back to you, Bird.
On the ground,
Shove
this is
that
Leonard
Rams
Fournette.
kick. All right, that's enough.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's the only sound effect I can think of after that. All right, good job, cousin Sal. We're just kidding. Coming up, Sean McVay and Aaron Andrews sit down and talk about the first-place Rams in the test match tonight against Bill Belichick. We'll check in with Joe and Troy from the booth as well. And John Hamm will join us with his thoughts.
Tonight, I'll be eating a veggie cheeseburger and ciabatta. No tomatoes.
A shotgun give to
Tonight, I'll be eating corn cheese tortellini with extra tomato.
7 yards there
So
and a
it's
first
coming.
down.
And there we saw
Thank
the
you.
downsides of
Brother,
boxing during a rundown because sometimes you
that
get
is not here to save you. Oh, I am my daddy. Wait, what?
First down carry.
What are you
And
talking
this
about?
lines up a pickup
This
of
holiday,
2, maybe
get iPhone
2.5
12 on the
to
5G
about
America's been waiting for.
This new iPhone Plus pricing 5G is incredible.
Switch now and get iPhone 12 Pro Max on us. Unlimited plans start at just $35. This is 5G from America's most reliable network.
help their spot and
Who painting your wall in team colors help your team win?
From the 39, Brady.
Why would you even ask
That one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Incomplete.
At the UPS store, we know this holiday doesn't treat with a shopping.
find an open target. The coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Brady. And it is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. So, Charlie, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a they don't care about the situation.
That's right. Subway is open, serving footlongs contact-free. Order in the app for quick and easy pickup. Or get contact-free curbside pickup. Stand home, get delivery. So many ways to get footlongs contact-free. Subway, eat fresh.
Head scratcher. From the 36, Allen. Got a man and he hits him in stride. All the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there really be unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him all down.
And he did. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Go to NFLShop.com and gear up.
They'll look to
The most
run with
iconic
Moss.
music gets a
And
game
he takes
goes to
it
five.
and across the shoulder for Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Push it.
Strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victories at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the way into the end zone?
After the touchdown pass to kick it
I'm
away.
so excited to share this greatness with you today. All right, no time.
And that one
Okay?
will bounce
This is
out
your
of the
next
back of the
blockbuster.
end zone.
The glory days.
We'll start
The city
here
of Lombardy
at the
meets the
25.
city of Oscars. Looks like you know a thing or two about that, right? Now hear this. The spirit of America. Red, white, and blue from the East Coast. The hopes and dreams of Tinseltown here in the city of Angels. Are we up, down, over, or out? Who knows? A leader man goes by this. Good news, helpless warranty. Teams with an improbable hero, they dominate. 6 times to the top. Trophies on trophies on trophies. Trophies on trophies on trophies. Now the sidekick is gone. Times get tough. Are Bill's new guys good enough? Are they? And Tinseltown stars, like the ones in the sky, or the ones all over the sidewalk. They leave, head to the Midwest, the greatest show on time. Forget you, Jackman, then shock audiences by returning to the sunshine, leading his cast of characters. Shock! Always ready for his close-up. I woke up like this. He flips the script. It's now the greatest show on Earth. See that? DC Dubs, Sean and Bill have a fast. But that's so 2 years ago. Lights, camera, action. It all happens on a Thursday night. Booyah!
The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Welcome to the GMC Kickoff
A
Show.
diving catch.
When you're in Hollywood, you're going to bring that energy like Jay Farrell just did. That was a nice little piece there. New episodes of his show, Nickelodeon's Unfiltered, begins on Thursday, January 7th. Michael Strahan there in New York, Terry Bradshaw, Tony Gonzalez, I'm Kurt Menefee. Welcome to the GMC Kickoff Show as the Rams are trying to hold on to first place in the NFC West, but they face a resurgent Patriots team tonight, TV. This is a pretty good matchup here.
Listen, the Rams just beat the Arizona Cardinals to go and take the lead in the NFC West, and then you're looking at New England who just smoked the Chargers, LA Chargers in the same building this past week, 45-0. Both teams peaking, both teams, we ought to have a damn good game.
Yeah, the Rams will host the Patriots, who on Sunday played the Chargers, LA's other team, same stadium, but they stayed out here all week long. No, I'm just following up with it. They practiced at UCLA, stayed in a hotel there. Joining us right now is a guy with a workout center is named for UCLA. Troy Kenneth Aikman right over there in this dark, hot-looking suit. I love this look, Joe Buck.
That's a good look, man.
Looking up into the lights,
I like
and he
it.
busts it.
Thank you, Jared.
He can't feel it quietly. It's loose.
That weight room, it costs money to get your name on it.
Tell us about this matchup.
We'll talk about the game. Terry kind of went through it. What's on the line, where these two teams sit. It's an interesting matchup because you've got a rematch of Super Bowl 53. Cast of characters very different. Obviously, Brady, will see him on Sunday playing for the Tampa Bay Bucks. But I get the sense that Bill Belichick is really enjoying figuring out ways to win with the group that he has right now.
Yeah, I think so too, Joe. I mean, it has been a challenge in a lot of ways. Besides not having Tom Brady, there's a lot of players that just are not back from that team last year that made it into the postseason. And I think the Patriots have always kind of approached the year where they come in and they kind of figure things out, use the first 4 games as an extension of preseason. But with no preseason this year, it's taken a little bit longer. And I think that over the last 3-4 weeks, they have figured out kind of their formula. And it's about playing, relatively good defense. Special teams factors into that in a very large way. And then, of course, running the football as much really as anybody in football now with Cam Newton. So it's fun to watch, and they're hoping that maybe they can put that formula to use here tonight and find another way to win a ball. And finding a way and finding the right formula against Jared Goff at Super Bowl 53 with Bill Belichick. Can't wait to see how these two go at each other here tonight. Going to be a fun one. Kurt, guys, back to you.
All right, have a great call, guys. You know what? This is the Rams' second turn here in Los Angeles, and back in their first stint, Eric Dickerson and his famous goggles ran straight up and right over opposing defense. His single-season rushing mark of 2,105 yards back in 1984 still stands 36 years later. We asked the Hall of Famer to run us around the City of Angels in this tour presented by GMC.
When I first left Texas coming to Los Angeles, I'd never seen mountains before. That was confusing. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get around this city? But I could not imagine not living in LA. Like the song, I love LA. I love living in Los Angeles. There's so many things to love about LA. First of all, look at the scene. Look right here. There's some people moved to LA. People in LA are passionate about their city. There's just so much to do here. And also, man, it's hard to be this weather. It's changed so much. Chinese theaters on my left, the Hollywood sign, the Forum, the Equal sign. The Coliseum is iconic. It's nothing like the stadium. The stadium I played in, those are relics. That's like playing at the Mummy's Tomb compared to something like that. Whatever it's supposed about playing, not a damn thing. Nothing. I couldn't even imagine taking those hits. I think I'd break down and start crying. I really still believe that we could have won a Super Bowl here in LA. Everybody says you should have never left. I felt the same way. I should have never left that team. Giving back has always been my thing. The Eric Dickerson Foundation, we started doing football camps down at Camp Pendleton. It was so much fun to see kids laugh, and a lot of their parents are deployed. And then we got involved with the Young Warriors Foundation for fatherless boys to teach young boys how to be men. My dad, he had a saying, son, all that you do with your might, things done by halves are never done right. And I believe that.
All these years later, he still got that Super Bowl. Thank you, E.D. From E.D. to E.A. We will go and speak with Sean McVay inside that palatial stadium we just talked about as the Rams get ready to face Bill Belichick once again.
Zach Moss in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I'm super for you too.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everything can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over 10,000 total value on this 2021 Sierra Denali. We are the most upgrade. GMC.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL. It's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach.
Why are you in the dining room?
Man, I can't watch that big old TV that close.
No, why are you in our dining room?
To tell you Rocky Mo's going to be playing for a bigger home. From down payments to closing costs, it's easy to explore what fits your budget.
I can put everything in a bigger place. Good idea.
If you need a home to fit the whole season, Rocky.
Set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Look harder. Do what moves you. Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing.
Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation. What would you call that? Second and
At least Geico makes bundling our home car insurance.
Which helps us save even more.
Just check it down.
Hey, Shay.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Jerry Hughes on the stop.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Someone who Andrews caught up with this week and had a nice, entertaining set, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It's not hard to be a leading man in a pad like this. Are you joking me with this place? Rams owner Dan Kroenke built SoFi Stadium with the hope of future and many more Super Bowl runs in mind. And of course, like you mentioned, I did have a chance to interview Sean McVay in a very fun and unique way. And of course, we mentioned the last time he was in the Super Bowl.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive in the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish.
Hey, what do we have going on down there, Aaron?
The defense
already
trailing. They're going to be counted on.
There you go. Hey, well, that's Mr. Kroenke's house, but it's not a bad house.
I heard the Grinch is in town. Just kidding. We love Bill Belichick. He's not the Grinch. He stole Christmas. But I have to know, and I've read, in this short week, what the media has talked about in terms of the rematch of Super Bowl 53. The old guy taking it to the new guy and holding your team to just 3 points. Knowing what you know now, Sean, about that matchup, what would you have done differently?
Well, I think you want to be a little bit more multiple and what you can activate. And, certainly I didn't feel like I had good enough answers based on, some of the things that they activated defensively. And it's like anything else, you got to be able to get up and respond. And this isn't for you if you can't take getting gut punched a little bit. And that was certainly a humbling night. I'm not going to run away from that. And hopefully we'll have a better plan tonight.
Well, Sean, I've been dying to ask this as we all kind of saw the plaintiff version of that Super Bowl. Was there too much made of that pregame conversation?
I think so.
Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup.
I am a coach and they're your peers, but you still respect some of the history of this game and what's been accomplished. And as you're getting started, I'm not going to run away. It didn't mean that there was any sort of intimidation factor, but I think there is a respect that needs to be communicated. I didn't think it was a little bit overblown. It didn't mean that we didn't go in there expecting to win the football game. I clearly didn't do a good enough job, but I don't think that took away or, where you're looking at it like, hey, this is going to take away from our ability to go compete. It's just really a reflection of the respect, that I think he's earned based on, everything he's accomplished in this league.
Some different things about your team and obviously the New England Patriots in this time around with them. No Tom Brady, for one. Were you surprised he left?
I was, but again, you just never know what's going on the inside. You look at just what they've accomplished over the course of Tom's career, it's unprecedented, and nobody's ever done that. But I know that you're seeing Tom have success, and you're seeing these guys play as good a football as anybody right now when you really look at what they've done over the last month of the season, and I think that's reflective of what the Patriots always do.
So I'm going to let you go. Do you want me to turn the lights off here, or do you have like a fancy little remote control you shut this baby down?
I think you guys can go ahead and just flick off the lights for me. I'm going to keep it rolling over here.
Touchdown.
taking it in from 2 yards
I swear you can see the lights from this place over in South Bay where I'm from, but straight, the year after the Super Bowl loss, of course, the Rams didn't make the playoffs, and the word was, yeah, we got Boy Wonder all figured out. Not the case. Sean McVay and the Rams front office, they went to work, they regrouped, much like Fox did when they brought you in to the studio. But I will tell you this, the fans are going to lose their minds when they come here to SoFi Stadium. Champagne bar, whiskey bar, and for you and I, a tequila bar. I have it all mapped out when you can come to see this place. It's awesome.
Well, that's kind of like being where I'm at right now when I'm off this show. All the things right here. But I will say this. You know, I was on the team that went to the Super Bowl. The next year, didn't make it to the Super Bowl after losing. And so I sympathize and understand what the Rams went through, but I have to give Sean McVay a lot of credit. He went back to the drawing board and revamped his team. And so much has been made about Goff not being this and not being that. This is the number 3 offense in the league. They got the most out of Cooper Kupp. They got the most out of Robert Woods. They maximized that guy. Those guys, a 3-headed monster back to his rookie Akers, who's a tough guy. You got Henderson, who's a great catcher out of the backfield. You have Brown, who's very physical in the red zone. And on top of it, you add that offense, number 2, the number 3, number 2 defense. You have a shutdown corner in Jalen Ramsey. So they brought him in. He's done what he needs to do on top of Aaron Donald. This is a team. They get to the playoffs. They will be dangerous.
Yeah, TB, I want to get back to the point Michael made. You know, they're the number 3 offense in the league, but Goff has been up and down this season.
Against great defenses, he's down. You go back to the Miami game when Brian Flores, the head coach of Miami, shut him down. 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumble and the recoveries. Now you take Goff and you look at him last week. He threw for about almost 400 yards, but the longest passes, most of his passes were barely 2 yards over the line of scrimmage. I never heard of such. Made me want to come back for $35 million a year. This is a huge statement game because Bill Belichick and that defense will be ready for Goff tonight.
You know what, don't forget, remember in the Super Bowl, the offense didn't do that well for the Rams, but who wasn't there? Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is number 2 in the league this year in yak. That's yards after the catch. Not talking about tequila. Okay? All right, guys, at home, you've still got time to win $25,000 and turn Bradshaw's way. Download the Fox Super 6 app. We let you get some outside work to try and get that money to give people. If they answer 6 correct questions, they can win $25,000 based off of tonight's game. All right, let's get your picks for the game this evening. We'll start with you first, Michael.
To press advantage.
Well, you know what? Cam Newton not going to sit back there and have a chance to polish his helmet. I'm going with the Rams. That pass rush is going to get it.
All right, enjoy your drinking.
I'm a defensive guy, and I believe in Bill Belichick. You saw what Miami did to this offense. The Rams, I'm going with New England.
2 minutes left to
Look at the Rams right now. If they remember what to do in December, and right now they're going to make that playoff run, they're going to win this game tonight. You know, a lot of us think it's how Goff goes, the Rams goes. I actually think Goff will play well tonight. I'm going the Rams.
All right, the Rams are ready to take the field.
But then again, so are the Patriots. Which one will come out victorious? It's Thursday Night Football on Fox. We are about to find out. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Aaron Andrews, and Christina Peak on the other side.
Big 3rd down, and you have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
I did some really shopping this year.
Keep it on the ground. It's time to challenge it. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
One for you.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense.
I love it.
With 1:53 left.
I like that. It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over 6,200 total value in this 2021 Canada Denali. We are professional grade GMC.
Now this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
It's going to take a heck of a comeback to come 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away.
After everything our walls have been through the past few months,
And that one will bounce
they
out
deserve
of the
some
back of the end
thanks.
zone, so we will start here at the 20.
They deserve Benjamin Moore.
Our new house is amazing.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Huge. And someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Make it out of here. Let's do something some other time.
It's caught
Wow.
inside the 25. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I wasn't a lot of sports. It has all predictions.
Brady now on first down.
Also on us.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Brady again.
No, literally. We are
and he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
Just gets the animation.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
911 season premiere January 18th on Fox. Tonight's game is presented by Bud Light Platinum and new Bud Light Platinum Seltzer. 8% alcohol and available in 3 flavors. Made for the night. Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
They didn't get it.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum.
An abundant, slim, and none. And I do
it's a much different attack by the New England Patriots with Cam Newton at the controls. Yeah, it's been an adjustment really for everybody. It was an adjustment for Cam Newton going to New England and the way that organization is run, but it's also been a big adjustment for Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels in the things that they're doing offensively. They have zeroed in on what Cam does best and what they do best as a group, and they're beginning to play some decent football. Yeah, and let's talk about the Rams. Everybody's been discussing the rematch of Super Bowl 53. Jared Goff did not have a good Super Bowl that night. He's been prone to turnovers this season. Didn't have any in his last game. There's pressure on Jared Goff to get a win, get in here tonight, and to beat Bill Belichick's defense. I agree. I mean, that loss in the Super Bowl, that's a game you just never forget. And Sean McVay and Jared Goff have had to answer questions here for the last 3-4 days now. And you know that Bill Belichick wants the game in Jared Goff's hands. He does not want them to be able to run the football. They controlled that in that Super Bowl ball game. So it's going to be on Jared Goff and Sean McVay to find some answers to this defense that Belichick's going to throw out. We'll throw it down to Aaron Andrews. Aaron, that Super Bowl did not go according to plan for head coach Sean McVay.
No, and even months after that Super Bowl loss, Sean McVay actually joked on Jimmy Kimmel that he thought about it every single minute. Then he said, nah, it's something that's definitely motivated me, but I can't let it hijack my thoughts. Now, he did tell us this week that he felt like he simply didn't have the answers for Bill Belichick's defense, and as you see here, he thought maybe over-prepared and got away from things that brought him success. But he did tell us, you have to know, we think we have a pretty good plan for tonight. It's something that he hopes his team responds to. For more on the Patriots, let's send it to Christina Payne.
Thanks, Aaron. It's been 12 years since the New England Patriots did not make the postseason. That year was 2008 when Tom Brady suffered a torn ACL in the first game of the season. So the 2020 version of the Patriots are now in unfamiliar territory. On the outside, looking in at the AFC playoff picture, which means the players are bringing a sense of urgency tonight. Several players told me that this is a must-win game. They understand tonight, Joe, that this is their biggest game of the year.
All right, Christina. Thank you, Aaron, as well. Spanish language broadcast available tonight on Fox Deportes. And away we go. The Patriots won the toss. They defer. The Rams will...
cheap and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins, check out EasyMut.com and use code SPORTS for 5% off your entire order. It's in the game. This defense is great because it has great coverage and also brings great pressure. Now, this defense you're going to want to use when your opponent is running 3 receiver formations. You don't really want to use this if someone has 2 running backs or 2 tight ends, because this is, like I said, pass defense. You can stop the run from it, like if they're running inside zones and whatnot, standard to utilize this, because, you know, the run game this year in that case will be able to stop it. Now, for coaching adjustments for this defense, we're going to have auto flip off. Okay? We're going to be looking at the big dime 1-4-6. This defense was really, really popular last year. Probably the best defense in the game last year. This year, it's still very, very good. You just need to run it differently. In my opinion, it's just as good as it was last year. You just need to utilize it a bit differently. Some things I'd recommend is I would have at least 1 D lineman, like the D tackle, especially maybe inside the stuff, you know, to help you out when they do try to run the ball. And make sure you have a fast corner in the slot. That's very key. If you look at your depth chart, you'll see with the Ravens. Give me a second here. Obviously, you know, Humphrey, he does have 92 speed, but, you know, we obviously don't want our best corner in the slot. We want him to cover, so we're going to use Harris. So we're going to go ahead and sub him in. The other thing about this formation is you can put your, let's get Harris in here. You can put your safeties in at linebackers. So, you know, if you don't have the fastest linebackers, you can put safeties in. Now, honestly, Queen on regs, super good. You know, we're going to just leave him in. But, you know, if you're playing mud and have a whole bunch of great safeties that are super fast, you're probably going to want to sub them in. So let's look at cover, 2 sync. And I'm going to show this to you against lots of different formations. We'll do some spreads, some trips, some bunch, some block running backs, some not. Let's give you guys a great look at it. So let's start with spread. Just basic formation right here. So guys, before we get too much further, if you're enjoying my content, make sure you subscribe to the channel to do these videos for you guys. Now in the meantime, if you're looking to improve at Madden 21, we post tips every single week in the Madden Vault, at least 4 to 6 tips to stay on top of your game. And ahead of the competition, always we're delivering the cutting edge meta each week. So this setup is super easy, guys. Against certain formations like this, you are going to want a baseline, but you don't always have the baseline. You really only want a baseline against formations that have, you know, your linebackers and DBs misaligned. You can press coverage if you want. I personally like to. And then we're going to slide this corner in, which you don't always have to do. But we're going to just move him in next to this D end. Now or this edge rusher. Now sometimes he'll already be there, so you don't have to do that. It just depends upon the offensive formation. And you'll see some examples of this in this video. The only other thing we do is we QB contain, which you can just do simply R1 for PlayStation. Obviously for Xbox you can do it too. RB, I believe. I play on both, so you know it's just depends the system. And we're going to go ahead and then we're going to spread our D-line out. We do that by hitting the left on the D-pad and then up on the left analog stick. Just like this. Alright? So that's how it's going to look. You have the option, you can either use and control one of these inside linebackers, is what I normally do. Now, guys, if they don't have the running back on the same side of the screen as our blitzing corner, generally not too worried about him, and I'll just control this guy in the bird hook, as we'll see here. So that's just going to come off that edge really fast for the sack. Now, there is a way that you can set this up to where even if they do block the running back on the same side of the screen, it will beat it, and we'll show that in a second here. I want to look at gun trips tied in right now real quick because, you know, everybody loves trips this year. It's a very good formation. This is a good defense against it because, you know, you can get quick pressure on the stop inside zones. As you guys can see, this 4-man rush, pretty much the whole field is blanketed. You know, maybe you could try to dump it in the flats, get a few yards, but without zone drops on, they're not going to have the flats wide open. Now, if you do turn your zone drops on and drop them back 20 or so yards, then yes, obviously they can hit the flats. Now, we'll do tray wide flex, which is essentially, again, very similar to trips. And you guys are going to see the setup super easy. I'm going to do it real time here so you guys can see how fast this really is, now that I've kind of explained it. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to baseline, we're going to press, we're going to spread our D-line out, we're going to QB contain. We're going to move this guy in until he's on the contain next to the D-end, and we'll just set up. As you can see how fast that setup is, You can control a linebacker or a safety if you want. One additional thing I would mention is I do like to put my user on a blitz angle, and I'm not blitzing with him. The only reason I do this is because blitz angles, if you don't already know this, after the snap, you get more control of your player. You can just move more fluidly. It goes for a better user. It also does help if they do end up running the ball to be able to attack the gap. But as you guys can see here, I'm not actually trying to like blitz or anything. All I'm doing is it's just literally for the purpose of being able to move around better with my user once the ball snapped. Basically I just, at the snap, yeah, I take a half step forward or whatever, but then I'm just dropping back over to the field coverage or whatever. You don't need to fake rush or engage with any old lineman. Like I said, it makes your user a little bit more smooth. And it's something pretty much all the best players do this year because it works so well. You guys can see again the pressure coming off the edge. Now, I want to go up against a few different types of formations now. We did a spread, we did trips. I want to do bunch, because bunch is a formation where you will actually see a lot of people use this here. And it's one of those formations where you don't actually have to move anybody because your defense already aligns to it perfectly. So here, we're going to go bunch, and I will show the running back block so you guys can see how to beat that. But look at how against bunch, your slot DBs are already lined up next to the DN. So you don't have to base the line against formations like this. You can just basically leave it be, spread your D-line out, QB contained, and you can rock out like that. No other adjustments necessary. So, honestly, this is one of the best defenses you can use against gun bunch because it's just so easy to set up. Everyone's aligned right. Like I said, the only thing you need to look out for is those people who want to sub in multiple running backs or tight ends just so they can audible down and run heavy formations. But for the guy that just wants to stay in shotgun the majority of the game, run the ball here and there, this defense is clamps. Because as you guys can see here, you get such good pressure, but at the same time, the coverage, you're only rushing 4.
Yeah, I already run this. But I want to see what do you do versus block running back? Let's see here.
It's great. You can do whatever you want with your back, and then you have maybe a curl flat. You want to, and it's something I went over a lot last year with a lot of different blitzes. You just want to man up the linebacker on the same side of the screen as him, and everything else is the same. So spread out your D-line, you still QB contain. In this case, I control this linebacker right here. Now going back to what I was saying with different adjustments, you can man people up. You can do lots of different things. Like you could change this into a hybrid coverage to where everyone's manned up, something like this. You can do a lot. Like there's a lot you can do here. So it doesn't just have to be cover 2, but with this formation, with all the DBs on the field, you have the ability to do a lot with your coverage. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna stick with the all-out man coverage. I just want to show you guys that is an option. I will, like I said, with the running back block, make sure I do man up the inside linebacker, and that's on the screen though, so that the blitz still comes in. When I control this linebacker right here, regardless of who I control, I do put him on a blitz angle even though I'm not blitzing. Another additional adjustment you can do if you want is to crash defense inside or down the D-line, I should say, and that's just left on the D-pad and down on the right analog stick. That's an additional step. You don't have to do it. I like it a little bit better myself, but it is an additional step. I feel like it does get a little bit more pressure for me, a little bit more shed for me, and it's a little bit better against the run, but it's not necessary, so you don't necessarily have to do that. But you guys can see, even with the running back block, it screams in. Just going to do that one more time for you guys so you guys can see how quick and easy that is. Now, I will say you can press coverage if you wish. That's just completely up to you. But, everything else, is just the same setup, basically. All you got to do, though, if you know they're blocking the running back, is just man up that inside linebacker. And it doesn't matter if you sub a safety in there or not. He's gonna make that running back just kind of step up in the pocket. You see that, and ignore the rusher. Therefore, I'm able to get the free pressure off the edge. Now, I will say there are ways you can block this setup. Using different, more advanced tactics. However, if you can, if you run into someone that can block the simple four-man rush, there is even a way to counter that. There's a way to run the splits that's going to get pressure pretty much no matter what. If you want that setup, it's on sportsgamers.com in the Madden Vault. You can get all my premium tips in the vault. Again, it's 4 to 6 tips a week, and it's just $12.99, guys. If you enjoy my content, it's a great way to support me and help.
shit. I gotta see who scored. Hopefully it wasn't Akers. If it was Akers, I'm fucked already. Ooh, Akers only has 2.
By Bethel. 60-yard punt, 7-yard return. Right back to work. Jared Goff. Rams up 7.
Who could have known that extra love could add extra pounds? That all those accidents could have a medical explanation? Or that the smallest changes could make the biggest impact? You did, and so did we. That's why Hill's always starts with a pet's biology to anticipate their ever-changing nutritional needs for differences you can see, feel, and trust. So you're always a step ahead.
You don't become a 117-year-old automaker in this country by refusing to change. The Ford Motor Company does not resist, deny, or ignore change. We pledge to make our most iconic vehicles electric, to use 100% renewable energy across all global manufacturing plants by 2035, to stand for lower greenhouse gas emissions, to stand with Americans and for the planet.
I got a sausage. You can do better, Steve. Get a freshly made footlong from Subway. You can even order on the Subway app.
Did I just get picked off by Deion Sanders?
You sure did.
Now in the app, get a free footlong when you buy 2 because it's footlong season.
Honey. New NyQuil Severe Honey is maximum strength cold and flu medicine with soothing, honeylicious taste. NyQuil Honey. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Until we can be together again in the life artois.
This holiday, get the phone everyone wants on the 5G America's been waiting for.
Verizon 5G is next level.
Switch now and save $700 on Galaxy S20 Plus 5G. Unlimited plans start at just $35, with 5G included at no extra cost. Only on Verizon.
Download the Fox Super 6 app now, and all you have to do is pick the outcomes of 6 football games to win $100,000 of my money.
Welcome back to SoFi Stadium and Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum, this gorgeous new stadium for the Rams.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Anxious to see this place when
Stadium
fans.
The folks in Buffalo won their bells a moment ago. They entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Seattle Seahawks.
Here is a handoff to Akers, and right now the Rams imposing their will. The ground game, a carry of 14 yards for the rookie from Florida State.
That one will bounce out of the back
the
of
Rams
the
get
end
this
zone,
nice double team right up front, and you're going to see then what movement that creates in the lane that they have. So already we've seen the Rams come out in their 2 tight end personnel packages, and they've been able to run the football already in the early going very well. Why stop doing it as they hand to Akers, who's out across the 45-yard line. 9 yards here. This defense for the Patriots is 18th defending the run. And they better figure out something here fast. If you look at their group up
this
front,
will be a gain of 5 as he
the
gets into the 30.
rookie is good. They had a really good draft, the New England Patriots. And the secondary with last year's Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore at corner. Akers already 5 carries, 64 yards. 6 carries, more than 64 yards. As he's got a first down.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Got a good block from Cooper Kupp out there on the edge. It sure does, and so the run starts inside. Kupp's able to then seal off that edge. He bounces out. Akers does it. That's a great job.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. That's probably as simple as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receiver. But you know how they work on that. That football with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. Right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip
up in a certain way, that takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And they take away some of those runs that you have out of your three wide receiver looks. And when that's not working for you, you don't really have any answers. When they only have the one personnel working, they're still very heavy.
It's a gain of
three
13
wide receivers, but this year more than
These
any
run
other
pass
time
options, we
under
often
John
talk about
McVay,
a good
they are
quarterback and
using
running
more
back,
two
but
tight
having a
end
talented
looks.
wide receiver helps
So
also.
far, at least in this
Even
ball
coming
game,
in third in the discussion,
tight end looks have been very
sometimes that
successful
means he
for
really
him.
should be
Big
first, because all you
Woods,
want to do is get the ball in their
and
hands
he is
and let them
swarmed.
make the big plays
First guy was
downfield.
Gilmore, and then others came to help, and a loss of two. Good play by the Patriots. That's a really good play, and that's what the Rams have shown on second and long. They try to get ahead of the sticks. Now they hurry it up. Goff throws, pass caught. That's Woods, has the first down.
Midfield, here's Allen.
To the 36, that's where they'll mark it down. The 14-yard completion. Really nice job. You hear me talk about it a lot, Joe.
This
That
duo
part of
locked
being
in, 14
on
yards there,
offense, you got to
and a
dictate
first down.
the tempo. And sometimes that's slowing things down, and sometimes that's speeding things up. So they got third and long. They immediately get right up to the ball. They get the ball snapped. Goff delivers a strike. They pick up a first down. It's just, right now they're on a good pace. They go back to two tight ends. And they go back to Akers. Right behind those two tight ends. And Joe push the pile to the 25 for 11.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough
Right
run
now,
because he only
you
picked
got
up 3
Cooper
yards.
Kupp, who did not play in that Super Bowl game, and he was sorely missed as a receiver, but he's made some nice blocks already here on this drive, and Gerald Everett also doing an outstanding job blocking for the run game. Play action.
The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
Pressure on the play by Bauer. This is the last thing that Bill Belichick wanted to see in this ball game. He came in and has great respect for this Rams offense and the things that they're able to do.
12 yards there and a first down.
They're going to call for They're huddled up and they're talking about it. Goff trying to plead his case.
He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
After we get the call from
Here's Allen to throw. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. If you're these receivers, you've got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offense.
Yeah, Joe, I like that call because it's not an aborted screen pass. You can throw the ball directly into the ground if it's an intended screen pass. This is not, so that's the right call.
And score on the
moves the
opening
ball back to
drive.
the 35. Brings up 2nd and 20. The goal that is chance there to actually get it into the vicinity of the receiver.
Makes the score Bills 7.
Could have made that look a lot better than it did. Here's Akers.
After the touchdown pass to kick it
here in the
away.
opening quarter. Their best opening quarter running the ball, as you saw with that graphic. They get 2 more.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll be a touchback, as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Get right back on the line of scrimmage. So again, John McVay is dictating tempo. Goff. Pass caught by Akers. And Akers is going to be wrapped up by Juwan Bentley, 2 yards short of a first down. Rams almost picked it up. It took a strong tackle by
Wilson,
Bentley.
the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Kind of slowed up a little bit. It looked like that Hackett kept running at full speed. He might have contested that spot.
That was Jordan Poyer, the safety in for the sack.
Considering they got the intentional grounding, they got backed up. That's a big gain in order to give themselves a chance to come away with some points on this drive. That game
the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
Buccaneers last year.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A reception good for 7. It's third down.
There is a flag down.
Man is Jacob Hollister. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Being number 1, and that is awfully costly right there.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
As the alignment by both teams was legal, the field goal's good.
go. Well, the Rams are celebrating. They saw the early indication. The officials get together, and they say there is no penalty. So the points count by Matt Gay. 10-0 Rams.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bills 7, Seahawks nothing.
In their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Why not? Why? Loaded person. Yves Saint Laurent. At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
We believe you should get more. That's why we merged with Sprint. Now, it's about to get even better. And as we work to integrate Sprint's network, our nationwide 5G keeps getting stronger, with the capacity and coverage to reach more people and places across the country. Who says you can't grow? Now is the time for 5G. Now is the time to join T-Mobile.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there. First down. Throwing again here. Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time. And another first down. Again, Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Wilson's pass.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
13 yards. First down, Seattle.
On first down, Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Time down for tonight's Pro Performance, presented by Microsoft Surface. Bill Belichick, the only coach in the Super Bowl here in the late games in 50 different
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
It's been a long time since the Patriots missed the playoffs. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. It's been since 08.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
The 2 minutes are before the coaches. 2 minutes.
Almost a perfect 19-0, except for Strahan and Eli Manning's Giants.
On second down, here's Penny. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Take a look at how the Patriots have arrived at 6-6. The first 7 games, no good. But as you said, Troy, it's always been Belichick kind of molding the team early, getting through camp, getting through preseason, getting through September. That's all been pushed back a little bit, but they're playing their best football right now.
And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The team against the Chargers just destroyed them on Sunday.
3rd down, this one's tipped and incomplete. Sebastian Joseph Day got a hand on it.
His guys will go for 2 here.
The Patriots are still looking for their first down.
It's Wilson. And it's
I think Joseph Day is one of these guys on this defense that probably doesn't get talked about enough. When you consider how good they have been this year in playing the run, they've been good at everything, really, but they're good against the run, and he's a big part of that in the middle. He's got a double team working against him on that play. He's able to go up and make a play and knock the ball down and force another punt. Two of the best punters in the NFL going at it tonight. Jake Bailey.
And that one will bounce back in the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
It's over the head of Webster. It will be down at the 14.
The Bills come to the line to start their next
Samson
drive. And there's still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount
that one.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try to score when given the opportunity.
Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
No matter how you family, it's better.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got a first down.
For the brand of more 2020 IIHS top safety awards than Honda, Toyota, or Nissan.
As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
The support we've had over the last 2 months has been amazing. It's not just a work environment. Everyone here is family.
This is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they will play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this
No matter who
situation
you're
if they
with
decide to take
or
a
where
shot.
you go,
Now a timeout taken.
it's always better knowing
That's a
you can
chance
get
for
just
one
about
more quick
anything
play and then
in
another
Hyundai
timeout
Palisade
if they
with
hurry.
available
We'll see.
H-Track all-wheel drive.
On Credible.com, you can get actual
Big hitter to
kick-offers
start the
through
drive, has
finance
him up
rates
near
for multiple
midfield here
lenders.
for 1st
With
and
a lower
10.
rate, you can save thousands on interest. Future you will love that. I love that.
Visit Credible.com today to see what you can save. Start Saturday strong as undefeated number 21 Colorado battles Utah.
2 seconds remaining in the second
It
quarter.
all starts with a big noon kickoff pregame show at 10. And then it's Utah, Colorado. All part of Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
How pretty is
So
that?
on is
We welcome
Jason
you back to
Myers.
Southern
He's hit from as
California.
long as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL.
Pass is bobbled and dropped by Reynolds. Goff put it on him, and Reynolds could not
The
make the
Seahawks
catch.
with the advantage, and they
Yeah,
get
pretty
the
good
football
call there,
first
too,
as the
because
second
the
half is
Rams come out
underway.
once again in this two tight
This
end look.
carries
The
into the end
Patriots go
zone,
5
and he
across,
will not bring it out. It's
anticipating
a
the running
touchback.
game. The Rams have gashed them, and then they come off of that. They've got a nice lane and just unable to secure the ball. Here's Everett. Tight end gets 9.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
You know, Gerald Everett is one of those players that
missed.
And I'm sure
he's
on
a
their
good
side,
player.
they're
He's in his
thinking to
4th
themselves,
year, and you
okay,
just keep
do we
waiting for
still
him
want
to
to try
contribute
running for
more.
in
Now,
that
like we
position
talked
again?
about,
I
he
would
just
dare
didn't
say
get
that
many
the answer would be
opportunities on the
yes. They're
field.
going to have a lot of
But
confidence
this
in their
year,
kicker.
because they
And
are
just to be on
playing
the
more
safe side, I'm
two
sure
tight
they
end,
told
and
their
so
offensive
far in
guys,
this game, they're
come
playing
get
a
a little
lot
bit
of it.
closer this time.
And
Yeah,
getting a
well,
lot more
I'd rather
looks.
get in the end zone first and foremost.
Here's Akers who lowers his shoulder and gets the
Here's a
first
pass
down.
swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the
On that
50.
second effort,
That
got
one
enough
good
for a
for
fresh
14 and the Seahawk first.
Bentley, he comes up. That's a great job by him. Talk about filling a hole.
The play caller should get all the credit.
I mean, that's his gap. He steps in there, and it was close, but can't hardly ask more from him on that play. Akers, who injured his shoulder
and past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
For the first down and got hit right into that shoulder. Henderson now in the backfield. He gets it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
After stringing the play out.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Higby, the tight end, guilty of a hole. Yeah, it was a good call, too. Watching here, number 89.
Wilson being chased out left. That's caught by Penny. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. A good pickup there on 20 yards.
He didn't do much.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Talking about mobility in quarterbacks all the time. Here's what really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 3-yard touchdown.
Turn it into a nice play.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Butler had pressure.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks get them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach,
Third down and 4. Goff sets up. Passes low.
Focus.
Intercepted. Back the other way as Bryant for the touchdown.
And off it goes.
That ball did not hit the ground, according to the official who was right there. He might be down by contact
at the 25.
I would think that he is, but this is a ball that gets away from Goff
offense ready to go for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda, we're going to balance it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Right now, they've said
to throw again. Allen.
It's
Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down.
At the 40-yard line.
They will run with Singletary. Take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
The ball carrier. The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3/4 of the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
The drive continues.
No matter what
as they
sometimes
search
keeps
for
you
a
up.
tying touchdown.
Nature
Here's
made helps
first
you
and
move
10.
on.
Firing
Hard
quickly
sleep
is Allen. That's complete.
helps you fall
A
asleep
good rally to the
and stay
football
asleep.
keeps him to only a
Nature
yard,
Made,
and it's
the number
second
one
down.
pharmacist
One thing I
recommended
think it's safe
vitamin
to
and
say
supplement
defensively,
brand.
the
When I
tackling's been
started
really
Cobra
good.
Kai, the lack of control over my business made me a little intense. But now QuickBooks helps me get paid, manage cash flow, and run payroll. And now I'm back on top with Koala Kai.
Intuit QuickBooks, official sponsor of the NFL.
Man, that's just bull. I hate that fucking glitch. Man, like the fucking ball.
That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On second down, here's Allen. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Piece of work by Miles Bryant.
Brings up third down.
He ends up getting the interception. That's his first of the year. 15 for this
Maybe
New
the
England
biggest
defense.
play
Let's
in
go
this
back to that
football
holding
game.
call against Higby. Yeah, there's the
Third
call
down
on
is a run
Higby.
by Moss.
They
And
gave
he's
him
going to
for
have
holding
the
Simon
first
because
down
it
yardage as he's
turned
down
him.
at about
But
the
you're right. When you
30-yard
take a
line.
closer look at it, as I saw it, it looked like a clear hold. That's why the official throws the flag. But when you really slow it down and take a look, it didn't look like there was a whole lot there. But here's the interception.
First
and
down,
Goff
they stay with Moss
does
on the
at
ground.
times.
He'll get about
When he's
6
throwing
there as
those
he takes
outside
this one
breaking
down to
routes,
the
he has a
24-yard
tendency
line.
to leave the ball inside, and he did there. I mean, it's just not a good throw at all. And
can create his
take
own
the price
space
for it.
and break a
15
tackle along
give away by Goff.
On second down, here's a run with
11
Moss.
interceptions to go with his 4 fumbles.
So many teams want to throw
coming
the ball
off
in this situation nowadays.
his first game since week 4 without
enough confidence to go ahead and run the football.
and the win over Arizona. Here's a handoff to Harris.
They'll run on
Nice start to
first
this
down with
possession
Moss.
after the
And
touchdown
just a
was
couple yards
overruled.
there down to the
Patriots
17.
get it down by contact at the 32 and 12-yard carry.
Fourth quarter, down to the
Well, you
final
watch
2
the job
minutes,
here that
and we've got
Jacob
a
Johnson
one-score
does,
game.
and they just wham the inside guy
So
right
it's
there, and it just
football
opens
here
up
as
that
we get
lane.
you reset.
It's a quick hitter.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively
Jacob
after
Johnson,
having
he's a
time to
tough
talk
guy.
it over.
He plays that
On second
fullback
down
position.
now, it's Moss.
He's been a great
And he's brought
contributor
that
to this
just
running
outside
game.
of the 10 at the 11.
Under 30 to go in the opening quarter. Harris runs into Brockers.
Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Yeah, they get some takeaways, and then they capitalize on when they get down in this part of the field. 10 points on the board for the Rams. Patriots get a takeaway. They're in good position. Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light. Back
And
after
they're
this.
an extra point away from tying this game.
You lead the way. You carry us forward.
Was accomplished by scoring the touchdown.
You provide.
Still down 1. That extra point
You protect.
is not a gimme.
And you show us what it means to serve. Which is why for us, there's nothing more rewarding than serving you.
Join the Ram Big Finish event with employee pricing for all. Get an average $8,860 below MSRP on the 2021 Ram 1500.
Saturday, the MLS Cup is on Fox. Look at Celebrate on to a Columbus Crew. Take on Jordan Morris and the Seattle Sounders.
Are you serious?
The 20.
Welcome to the next generation of Open Adventure. Immerse yourself inside a new 20th series.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sidelines?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And that's being played at the screen we forgot to properly secure. That's
Wilson to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
State Farm is there.
I used to think I was nothing like my father. Truth is, my father is a part of me.
Hold on to your heads.
We get to catch a killer. The life of a serial killer's son. It's a psycho roller coaster.
My boy, he needs me. I gotta be free. Prodigal Son returns Tuesday, January 12th, and watch season 1 anytime.
And a flag comes in as that
Camden
one falls
leads the
incomplete.
NFL with 69 rushing touchdowns since 2011.
Chucked it away. Flag comes down.
By the way, when they run and a pass touchdown. The same ball game, that's an NFL record. On second down, they're trying to set up a screen. He's picked. Back the other way and down the sideline is Kenny Young. He makes a move and ends up in the end zone with a pick six.
Every penalty is so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long. They go play
First
action
interception of the season for Kenny Young, who was traded here from the Ravens last year. Let's take a look. Well, here's Kenny Young right here. Give Leonard Floyd, number 54, some credit, too. He comes flying off the edge, and he just forces Cam to get it out of a hurry. He's not able to see it cleanly. And Kenny Young is right there. Does not get a good look at it at all.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules remind us how this goes.
Great job by this defense.
So in the past, we had
Second
sudden
straight
death.
week
First team to score
for a
wins, but
Rams
no
pick
longer.
six. This
Now,
one,
if the
80
team
yards.
receives
That
the
was nearly
ball,
blocked.
scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal,
80
though, or
yards
don't
by
score,
Kenny
the
Young.
other team gets a
And this
possession.
defense
And
still
after both teams
flying
get
around.
possession,
It's a
then we're into
17-0
sudden death.
game. We'll
First
be
team to
right back
score
after this
wins
from
the game.
Progressive.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime, obviously a touchdown to win it.
And I think teams
like
are still adjusting to the idea of going
I
down
just don't think you can say enough about the job Brandon Staley has done in his first year as coordinator in the NFL. He was coaching outside linebackers for Vic Fangio. First in Chicago and then moved with him to the Denver Broncos when Vic took over as the head coach. This is the #1 NFL defense in yards per play.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the
Both
play,
plays
so
of
now
20-plus yards.
coming up.
The #3 against the run and the #5 scoring defense. How the script has changed for the Rams. I mean, a team that went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago with their offense just carrying it up there. And now it's a defense right in the center of the stage. Carrying this Rams team as that kickoff goes out of bounds. Well, this is a group effort, and all-pro defensive tackle Aaron Donald, he had a hand in this as well. He senses that Damian Harris is coming out on the screen, and he grabs him, keeps him from going out, but that's not a penalty. It's within the tackle box, and then you've got Kenny Young who's driving on it. I mean, everybody just recognizes what's happening, what they're trying to do against them, and it's just a really good group effort by this defense in being able to get the takeaway and then taking it all the way to the house. Look at Sean McVay. Your head coach is 34 years old. He can do that. It's officially a 79-yard return for the touchdown by Kenny Young. Good carry here by Damian Harris as he gets 6. There's a look at those numbers and where they are. Total yards per game, they're the #2 defense. Mentioned that they are #3 in run defense. Takeaways, they just added another and put points on the board with Kenny Young. Handoff and a good strong carry by Harris for a first down. More on Brandon Staley. Here's Aaron.
Sean McVay was saying what caught his attention about Brandon Staley is when they went to go play the Bears a couple years ago, and he absolutely ruined his night defensively. He said he's so impressed with him. He may be the only person I've ever met that likes football more than me. And the way he's wired, great communicator. I mean, these two are a power duo together.
Hey, Reagan. Reagan, 51. On first down, Harris. Right through the middle. Gets 9.
Well, when we visited with Sean McVay and asked him about this defense and how well they are playing, he was quick to say that, hey, this is a game about the players. But then he quickly transitioned to what Brandon Staley has done. And they're multiple in what they do. Their coverages, they give a lot of different looks. They can make it hard on a quarterback. They're going to make it hard on Cam Newton if all of a sudden this has to become a passing game for them. The bad news is they're down 17 points. The good news is there's still a lot of time left in this game that they don't have to abandon the game plan they had coming in.
Sony Michel gets the ball for the first time tonight. He's to the 32 with 8 yards and another first down as the Patriots need an answer right now. Saturday, a champion will be crowned on Fox as the Columbus Crew take on the Seattle Sounders for the 2020 MLS Cup. Saturday, 8 Eastern, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Play action from Newton. He had Michel open for a moment. Flag is down, a late flag. Newton ends up carrying it for 6. Here's Rolstead.
Holding. Offense, number 60. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's David Andrews, the center, who's had such a good year.
Yeah, he really has. He missed all of last year. He comes back, and this offensive line really has been the strength of this offense. And Cam Newton, it wouldn't have mattered because of the holding penalty. It would have come back, but they had a shot at Demir Bird. They had him one-on-one, and Cam, I'm not sure he even saw it.
First penalty of the year, by the way, on David Andrews. On first down, pass is caught by Bird. Absolutely wide open yet again. And he takes a first down to the 17.
Well, let's take a look at this play here. And excellent job of getting the push. That's the play that he did not see. And they come back with it, a similar thing, thinking they're going to try to take that post shot once again. Instead, Bird, because of his speed, like I said earlier, you have to be able to respect this. And then he's able to just get him off and run him. And you see, once you threaten a defensive back with speed like that, it just opens up all kinds of field for you.
Bird was with Cam Newton in Carolina. Newton will keep. And for Cam, he gets 4.
That's his first rushing attempt. Tell you, when he has the ball in his hands, and it's like trying to tackle Derrick Henry. I mean, the size. I mean, 240, 45 pounds, and they played the Cardinals last week and did a nice job on them in the run game. But this is a little different attack from the New England Patriots.
2nd and 6. Harris delivered a hit on Darius Williams, picks up 4. Rick Gaines comes out of the pile without his helmet on. 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
Yeah, and this is why they've been good. I mean, like we talked about, they're not an explosive offense, but 3rd downs they've been pretty good, and it's because even they get to 3rd and 4, even 3rd and 5, you'll see them running the football some, and they make the defense really have to play that side of it, and they've been able to have success as a result.
Cam will keep and pick it up. Sets up 1st and goal as he carries for 3. So the first 2 runs of the night by Cam Newton on this possession, and after throwing the pick 6, the Patriots are knocking on the door at the Rams 6.
There's Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, and as you said earlier, Joe, you got 20 years of Tom Brady, and the way you run the offense with him at the helm, and then now you get Cam Newton. I mean, it's kind of gotten everybody a little bit energized in what they're doing.
Handoff to Harris, and he ran into a wall. I mean, isn't that the sign of a great coach, though, being able to adjust and shift the philosophy, shift the approach just based on what your roster looks like?
Sure. I mean, it sounds simple, right? I mean, you would think that makes sense, but there's not coaches that do it as well as what Bill Belichick does. And Josh McDaniels certainly deserves a ton of credit. They've gone back and they've pulled some things that Cam Newton did at Auburn, and they've implemented it into this offense. I mean, they've left no stone unturned in terms of what they are willing to do within this run game.
Michelle. It'll be 3rd down and goal. You think about the great Don Shula, who went from an aggressive passing game with Unitas and the Colts to ground and pound with Greasy and Zonka, and then back to big play stuff with Dan Marino. Those are the great ones that say, okay, here's what we have to do, because this is
in the
what we have.
great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville.
Well, I would believe that Bill Belichick is looking at this as
still
4-down
reverberating with the
territory.
sounds of the Titans taking the field a
Even
moment
with
ago.
this formation
They're
here,
ready
it
for
is
football as their Titans are set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. The Titans kicker Stephen Gostkowski ready to do the honors, and we are underway in Nashville. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Patriots put Ryan Izzo on IR today. They activated Devin Asiasi, a rookie 3rd-round pick from UCLA. We got 2 rookies as active tight ends in this ballgame. It's 4th and goal. Newton was going to pitch, and he gets dropped. Justin Hollins made the play, and the Patriots will turn it over on downs. A loss of 1 on 4th and goal.
This is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Rams have the football as they lead by 17 in this matchup with New England.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over $10,000 total value on this 2021
Singletary with his
come on, he's not even touching
there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we swam in the river all day in the warm afternoon sun. That's pure gold.
I had to bring my little brother to live with me on campus.
We don't have to do this on our own.
Everyone's family here.
I can't let him down.
Disney Safety, rated PG, streaming
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 16 yards there. The Bills have a 1st down.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's the K Friends and Family event with 25 to 50% off everything. Find hundreds of meaningful gifts at great prices. Buy online with a virtual consultant and pick up in store. Only at K.
This holiday, get iPhone 12 on the 5G America's been waiting for.
This new iPhone plus Verizon 5G is incredible.
Switch now and get iPhone 12 Pro Max on us. Unlimited plans start at just $35. This is 5G from America's most reliable network.
Another nice game. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Nice goods, of course, with Universal Champion Roman Reigns en route to their showdown at TLC. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
That last possession by New England took almost 8 minutes off the clock. 12 plays, 11 runs. No points.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They go back to that fourth down stop. First of all, they tie up the guys inside here, the guards and centers. They take that away. They got Hollins who takes
zero hesitation that time. That was
they've got Troy Reader who breaks off the edge. He takes the pitch man, and they just play it perfectly. They're not going to give up anything inside. They're anticipating Cam Newton running the football. How many times have you watched New England this year? And that's what they do. And just great execution by this Rams defense. Akers over the left side. Third down coming up. Christina, what are you seeing on the New England side?
Well, yeah, the Patriots searching for a spark and hoping it comes from the defense. Bill Belichick, during that last red zone possession, gathered his defense on the sideline, addressed the team, sensing some frustration. He kind of flung his whiteboard after the fact, but certainly need the defense to step up here with the offense.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in one time, and he picks up a first down.
Substitute. Here's a completion to Higbee for a first down. 9-yard gain on third down. You get so caught up worrying about a guy like Cooper Kupp.
At the 14-yard line.
You have your eyes then into the backfield, and then there goes Higbee. He's out flanking it. I mean, they've got so many different ways to come at you. I mean, the centerpieces, of course, of Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp.
5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Goff.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Uche was out there, the rookie, in coverage, and Dietrich Wise had pressure, forced the throw from Jared Goff. Yeah, and I was going to say, but then you've got other role players who step in. Josh Reynolds, he does a nice job. He'll flash from time to time. Big P, obviously.
The gun with Singletary. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Now, when they play, when the Patriots play the Chargers, they did a great job of getting pressure in that ball. They made 3 sacks, and they didn't have to blitz to do it. But overall, they had problems getting pressure on quarterback.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
On Jared Goff, because what we do know about Jared Goff, if he has time in the pocket and he gets into a rhythm, he can throw it as well as anybody. And they're trying all they can do to not let that happen tonight.
On the ground, this is TJ Yeldon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Gets it up to the 25,
splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Johnny Hecker for the
first touchdown pass to kick it away.
No, overall, though, that's a good job by this Rams offense. They're backed up and being able to
about 5 yards deep.
The goal line, get Hecker some room.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Hecker, it's a beauty as Chesky calls for a fair catch. 29-yard line. The AFC Special Teams Player of the Week with his effort against the Chargers in this stadium on Sunday. Patriots have it down 17.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now first and 10, just shy of the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, Alabama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front. Did he often get to the second level pretty easily? He's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Nothing beats this classic. Grab it now in Wendy's 2 for $5.
Can I tell you something? My mouth hurts.
Almost
50% of kids in America get cavities before they're 8. When you choose Colgate, you're helping provide dental care and education for children in our community.
I did some running shop this year. One for you, one for me.
Inside the 40.
I love it.
Back-to-back good
I got
plays
throw
have them
something
on
too.
the move on first down. After
One for you.
7-0.
One for me.
Sports.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like that. It's the GMC season to upgrade. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over $6,200 total value on this 2021 Acadia Denali. We are professional grade GMC.
We made USAA insurance for this season, and the veterans that never quit on their team.
Here's Tannehill.
When being a fan gets tough, and stretching your budget gets even tougher, our agents will time to plan on
Jesus, you need to sit.
saving on auto
Fast throw under pressure.
saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
This is Kat. My daughter is 39 and single. Look at to me. I love my friends. I love my job. I love my life.
The red zone now, Tannehill.
I'm not a hero. Yeah, I didn't say that. Call me Kat. Here's Sunday, January 3rd on Fox.
Well, you mentioned the late great Don Shula. Here he is. As we look at a list of the most games as head coach, including the postseason, Shula 526, Towers 506. Bill Belichick included tonight 456.
Based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Between Hallis and Landry is Belichick.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration
Puts
after
it
the
up
PAT
and hands
miss.
a receiver for a big gain on the first play.
That'll be a little too hard to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a
Completion of
touchback here.
31 yards, and the Patriots needed that. They sure did. They cut his split. He runs a deep over in man coverage, and so it's a great call. They got the right route on against a good look. And
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be looking to do that again.
And when you start watching for this drive,
I think all these receivers are really playing probably a spot above where they should be. But Myers has been one who watching it. He is able to create separation. I think that's
Just
a good
like
job
that,
giving
a
it
pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Tonight's professional grades presented by GMC. We look at Cam Newton, the only quarterback in NFL history with over 30,000 passing yards, 5,000
first down with Singletary. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every
the way
play.
that they would like. The other part of that too, Joe, is that Julian Edelman, with him going down, he's a guy, even though he's got
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Third down here, pass is high and caught. Right on cue, N'Keal Harry. This graphic is unbelievable as you look at the wide receivers drafted by the Patriots. They just have not been good in this category.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Yeah.
4 yards.
They're the names,
And
and
the Bills' first down.
everybody but the last two are out of the NFL.
And they'll be inside the 25 now
Two-minute
at the
warning
24.
here in Los Angeles. The ball at the Rams 19. Patriots need points, down 17.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, Allen.
I have something for you.
Eluding the pressure right. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot.
It's the
Excellent
GMC season to
job
upgrade.
getting down
Now
and avoiding the big hit.
GM employee pricing on most GMC models. Use it to get over $10,000 total value on the 2021 Sierra Denali. We are professional grade.
Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
We started with America's most reliable network, added 5G nationwide for millions of Americans, and the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband in more and more places where people need massive capacity and ultra-low lag. I'm proud ultra-wideband was named the fastest 5G in the world, but I'm even more proud all that work is going to make a real difference for you. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
Tonight, I'll be eating chicken tikka masala with garlic naan. Cheers.
I win again. Patrick.
Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. They'll run here with Moss. And he'll get in. Touchdown. Zach Moss. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the
Nationwide
call.
presents the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award.
Football awards are great, but what's going to have value for me is to know that I touch people's lives, and I try to make a difference. Winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, that's a big deal, and that's the Hall of Fame for helping people, and that's great. To know that the rest of my career, I'm going to have that patch on my jersey, that's a good feeling.
Nationwide congratulates Calais Campbell. See the full list of this year's nominees at NFL.com/Man of the Year.
Week 14 of the NFL season continues Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for the game of your area. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light Platinum.
On the scoreboard.
Patriots will get the ball to start the second half. They love to get in the end zone here, talk about it, figure some things out, go back to work to start the second half. We'll see first down at the 19.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Harris got to it just to make sure that wasn't a lateral. Tomorrow morning on NFL Network, the Foo Fighters join Good Morning Football to discuss their highly anticipated new album,
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Good Morning
Close
Football
game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that.
Almost close. It looked
I
like
would
to
guess
me
it in the
anyway
locker room. They talked about
that was a
cleaning up
backwards
some of the
lateral.
errors. Overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. We're just not playing as well as we need to.
is asking
and we still have
the officials to look at it, and we will get a booth review.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards
It's a
to
question
show
of
for it. Not
the
the start to the
Patriots
drive they
either
were
having
looking
second
for.
and
That
10 or
run doesn't do
losing
much at all.
yardage on that play. We'll get the call when we come back.
And you know, this is the time of game where
Hi,
these drives
I'm Frank
really,
Thompson,
really
the best
start to
assistant
matter.
locker room manager in the league. I'm here to help you protect your clothes from getting damaged in the
Plays
wash.
indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
That's why I use New Downy Defy. Helps stop stretching, fading, and fuzzing.
Right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively.
That's what's up.
And it likely forces a punt situation.
We have an assistant locker room manager? Help protect your clothes with New Downy Defy damage.
After everything our walls have been through the past few months, they deserve some thanks. They deserve Benjamin Moore.
They are going for it. It's Tannehill. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. 44-yard line.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ has its perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
A first down carry for Henry.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This holiday at T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal on the new iPhone 12 with 5G on every plan. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan. Switch now and save 20% on your bill versus the other guys. That's the best value in wireless. That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on America's largest 5G network. And save 20% per month. It's time to holiday on. It's time for T-Mobile.
Still, ended up with a solid game.
Share the joy this holiday with the Whopper and Super 5 deal. Your way, way better.
Give them 16
During the break, the
yards there.
announcement was
Tennessee
made
first
that they
down.
have changed the call to a lateral, and it's a loss of 5 yards on the play. This one went off the hands of Damian Harris, and because the clock would have been running, it was a 10-second runoff, plus the Patriots wanted to use a timeout, which they did. So they're down to 2 timeouts.
Yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And they face 2nd and 15.
First down. First and 10 at
Newton
the
avoids the
16-yard line.
sack. And is knocked down near the 17. Pressure by Sebastian Joseph Day in a gain of 7.
After the run, Tannehill going to throw.
I think Joseph Day's got to be wondering how in the heck people have been able to make a play on Cam Newton. He was right there in the middle.
4-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
At the 4-yard line.
They'll try to run
It's 3rd down and 8.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the
Clear
goal line
outside
after a pickup of about 3.
It's definitely hard to find space
Newton
near the goal
throws,
line.
pass
You want
caught,
to have a
short
guy in
of
the
the
game
first down
running
is
it who can
Myers.
create his own.
And there's Kenny Young who made the play at the 79-yard interception return. The announcement was that the Rams took the timeout, which they obviously could on defense. After that,
and that is going to do it.
The call to a lateral, and now the Rams take another timeout here with a minute 8.
You're watching the
Save as much time on the
NFL
clock
on EA
as they can.
Sports.
2 timeouts on defense are down to 1.
And now they're going to, the Patriots, they're going to settle for the 3 points. They went for it there on 4th down. They got stuffed, and I agree with this call. You just got to come away with some points. Have something to feel good about.
Nick Folk has given the Patriots plenty to feel good about this year. He's made 2 game-winning kicks with an expiring clock.
A yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And he rolls this one.
And he gets
the Jets
halfway
beat the
there,
Cardinals
down to the 1-yard
with
line.
those
Only a
efforts.
yard there,
Now
so
he's
it
put up
brings
the
up
first
4th
points
and
tonight
goal.
for New England. Down 14.
Washington, your business go hybrid? As a coach, my offense is nowhere without a solid line and back-down skilled players. I need the speed of a running back and the security of a lineman. A hybrid cloud approach with IBM gets your business forward, so you can manage data and apps, whatever plays come your way. Here, coach. When security meets agility, you're unstoppable. Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. Bring it in. 1, 2, 3, hybrid!
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This now a chance at the very least
So
to
Jason,
burn some clock
you're saying
following
you don't
that
have the
4th
ability
down
to get the
stop. Points would
Patrick
be
price?
ideal for
No.
some breathing room,
State
no
Farm
doubt. And
offers
really,
everyone
a field
surprisingly
goal
great
would be
rates.
huge. That would make it a 2-score game.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done
We'll go
games,
back,
and at the start of
promise.
the 4th
I
quarter, we
can't
see
believe
both
I
teams
did
hold
this.
up the 4 fingers,
At least you
4
got the
quarters,
Patrick price.
hours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4
My
fingers
bad.
for 4-minute offense.
You want the real
This
deal?
offensive line
Like
is
a good
really
neighbor?
down and
State Farm is there.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
Along with your donations, McDonald's has helped Ronald McDonald House Charities keep families together for more than 40 years.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Today, tastes like damn, so good, like a honey. Tastes like we're bringing the heat. And like a front row seat.
He should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And even every
big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. From the gun, it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
Inside the Rams
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
3 points to show for it.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And some room to work. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another
Here's
1st down.
pop-up kick, so they will force the Rams to return it. That's Jefferson.
Jefferson is out of bounds.
Near the 25.
Going with Moss on the ground.
They're going to mark him out at 26.
And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage.
NFL Man of the Year award recognizes NFL players who not only exhibited excellence on the field, but his passion to impact lives extends beyond the game has led them to leave a positive legacy in their communities. This year's nominee for the Patriots is Devin McCourty for all his fine work, and for the Rams, Andrew Whitworth. Takes all of us to make a difference. To learn more about this year's nominees, visit NFL.com/Man-of-the-Year. Pass is caught on 1st down by Cup. Ball comes out, but recovered. As Adrian Phillips made that tackle, the Rams keep it after a gain of 6. One timeout remaining for LA. 2nd down. Incomplete for Brown. Before this 3rd down play, we'll find out what's coming our way at the half.
Coming up on the Toyota halftime, we'll take off from the stadium in Inglewood, pass by the Forum, make our way north over Baldwin Hills and Culver City, all the way to the Fox Spot. So bring your seats up right and buckle up. Halftime's on the way.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
This
to make it a 2-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
Gets tripped up.
And that makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on.
Rallying to the football with just a 3-man rush and being able to make a stop.
It can be done, but boy, it's going to be
for Cup Gibson, and it looks initially like he's going to be able to get up the field and make a play and pick up the 1st down, but you got Jonathan Jones, and there's a 3-man rush that's able to at least affect the pocket a little bit. And
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick, get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2
seconds
points.
left in the half,
only thing that matters is scoring quickly.
Get some more points before the break. Yeah, Oshetsky, he's back there to return it. He's coming off that big game against the Chargers on Sunday.
Second and 10 now from the 29.
Becker hits it. Oshetsky will return it. He survives a couple of hits. Takes it up to the 38.
This one caught by Davis.
47-yard punt,
and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Nick Scott, that's a big time hit. Oshetsky, man, yeah, he did some good things.
They'll get this complete to Benson.
A lot of guys would have never caught that one there. I mean, he was under a little bit of duress catching it, but this is, like I talked about earlier, the return game for the Patriots. They want to try to return as many of those as they can until they can take advantage of some things. 15 seconds left. This ball's up for grabs. And somehow is caught by Myers.
The clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Aaron Donald got pressure. And Myers not only avoided an interception, but he ends up with a 4-yard catch. He ends up making the catch.
This ball goes up. Aaron Donald, wow. That ball goes up, and it did not look good initially for the Patriots. You're just hoping the ball gets on the ground, but he's able to make a play. But with that, they've got to use the timeout.
This to get it back to a
Each side with one timeout left, 8 seconds left.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
They throw underneath. The pass is incomplete.
Good game, man.
Demir Bird.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
It's 3rd down.
We'll see if Cam Newton can load up, and how far can he throw it?
Their biggest receiver out there, 6'4", N'Keal Harry, and now timeout is taken. It's taken on defense by Sean McVay's team.
Yeah, we saw this the other night in that Cowboys-Ravens game with Andy Dalton, and the Ravens, they just rushed one guy, which allowed a couple things. One, it allowed the receivers to get all the way down the field, but it gave Andy Dalton all kinds of time to let it all happen, and was able to take his time doing it. And I know from experience, you bring 3 or 4 guys on a rush, get the other ones deep, and make it hard on the offensive line, make it hard on the quarterback to be able to sit back there and hold the ball and try to find an area to throw it.
Instead, they hand it off. That's White. Flag on the play. White knocked down at the 26. If this is a defensive penalty, and it's not, it's a hold against New England, that would have extended the half.
Offense number 15. By rule, that is the end of the half.
So not a hold, but a block in the back, and that is how the first half ends, on a 34-yard run by James White. 17-3 at the break. New England gets the ball to start the second half. Stay tuned. The Toyota halftime is coming up.
Want more stats? Hey Siri, who has the most tackles in football?
Akers has 7 for him. Ramsey has 17. Come on. I need some big games here, man. I can't believe I haven't. Man.
With a halftime lead, 33-0, and they're up by 2 scores at halftime. Yeah, pretty good stuff right there.
Never there, Kurt.
All right, we'll find out. There's another half to go. That's right. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got more to come here on the Toyota halftime as well. We will look ahead to Sunday, and TV will give us his thoughts on Jalen Hurts starting for the Eagles. But first, a holiday message from Toyota about the importance of being there for the ones we love.
Tomorrow night on NFL Total Access, Myles Garrett stops by to talk about Cleveland's playoff push and being named the Browns' Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. NFL Total Access, tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network.
Another half to go here on Thursday night. A big slate of games for us on Fox on Sunday, including Tom Brady and the Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings in the early window. Later on is the Saints, who have won 9 straight games, with Taysom Hill now at quarterback, taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. He replaces Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz being set down, which is the right thing to do. Carson Wentz's confidence, it's obvious to me, is shot. He needs to just sit on the bench. Hurts, let's find out. 2nd-round pick out of Oklahoma. Remember, he lost his job in Alabama, the Tua Tagovailoa. Remember that? He goes out, he becomes the 2nd-round pick in Philadelphia. Everybody loves the guy. That's the backup. I thought last week against Green Bay, Hurts played well. He made a touchdown pass moving out of the pocket. Clean, fresh mind, fresh body. Maybe you get different results, but I think it's the right move emotionally for Wentz especially.
I agree with you there, but, I mean, Jalen Hurts coming into it, now you're going against the Saints, which is probably the hottest team in the NFL right now. That defense certainly is. Started out a little slow, but right now they've ascended and now is the #1 ranked defense in all the NFL. So it's going to be a huge test for him in the offense. Watching Taysom Hill come in, Drew Brees, obviously I don't think he's practiced yet this week, so Taysom Hill's going to get that start. He's been playing some really good football. Talk about a good backup, filling in nicely for Drew Brees.
That's a big game coming up on Sunday. You mentioned that Saints defense being ranked #1. Right behind them is the Rams D. Aaron Donald, a big part of that, and he is showing off tonight. We'll see if he keeps it up.
Thanks for watching the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Hey, man, I appreciate that Rogers rate on my insurance so much. I might let you win today.
Rogers rate?
You know State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates?
Really? Is that so? All right. Driver. That come down yet? No Rogers Ray, huh?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Football was a passion that turned into an obsession until one day I became an optometrist that watches a lot of football.
Pepsi, made for football. Watch it.
We are a team. We are a unit. We are a family. No, literally. We are a suburban family of football fans. That's our neighbor. Hi, Bob. And that's the inflatable screen we forgot to properly secure.
Pepsi, made for football. Watch it.
Welcome to the Masked Dancer. I told you I had a feeling about this one.
Make no mistake, you can dance.
You have some swag.
Oh!
Who are you?
The guessing just got harder. The Masked Dancer premieres December 27th on Fox.
Brace for impact. This is awesome. It's Friday Night SmackDown on Fox.
The hottest live show in all of entertainment.
Tap into network television's greatest spectacle as the baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time.
Power slam.
All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
These were our colleagues and our friends, healthcare workers who died in the line of duty.
I know what I stand for.
We need help.
I know what I'm fighting for.
First tenet of a profession, do no harm.
Tough times come. They always will. When they do, Conrad, I want you by my side.
The Resident returns January 12th on Fox.
Goff takes it, leaps, and he got it. That's a good job of punching it in. Newton trying to set up a screen. He's picked. Kenny Young, he makes a move and ends up in the end zone with a pick six. That was tonight's game flow brought to you by Progressive. 14-point game at the half. The Patriots about to get the ball. We'll welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. And I'm anxious to see what the Patriots talked about and what they try to accomplish in the second half offensively, because that just didn't do anything in the first half against this Rams defense.
Yeah, it's kind of been what they've done here over the last several weeks, but I think looking at this, they're going to have to, I think, try to open it up a little bit. I would expect to see some of that here in this opening possession to start this second half. The big difference, as well as the Rams have played, the big difference in that first half was the pick six. I mean, that's a 10-point play right there, you know, right after the Patriots had gotten the ball. So the formula for them has obviously been not turning the ball over, but I think that for New England, we're going to need to see a little bit more from this passing game, because the Rams, they've been good holding up in the run defense.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The atmosphere here electric.
In the first half, 8 for 12, 89 yards, the one interception. Backwards he goes, and down to Aaron Andrews we go.
Sean McVay came out. I didn't even have to ask him a question. He said, defensively, we need to make a stop right here.
Allegiant
He told me
Stadium.
we need to regain that sense of urgency that he saw in the first half. He needs to
This
throw the
taken
ball
in
a little
about
bit
4
more
yards
efficiently.
deep. And no
Drop
run
some
back
sense of
here.
miscues. We need to sustain drives and hold on to the ball.
Aaron thanks from the 25. Newton play action. He's got Brockers on his back. Fourth sack of the year for Michael Brockers and a loss of 10.
Well, Michael Brockers right in the middle. He just comes up and they just don't block him at all. That's Illuminor, the left tackle. He just does not cut him off at all. I'm not sure who he's blocking. You know, he's out there expecting someone else off the edge, and just a huge mistake there on that play action, trying to get the ball down the field to start this half. They desperately needed that.
Out to the 45. Darius Williams has become a really good corner. Got him off waivers from the Ravens. Got 4 interceptions this season, tied for 4th in the league. As Damian Harris gets 7, brought down by Floyd.
Yeah, the last time we saw Darius Williams, he was intercepting a couple passes against Russell Wilson. He's had a nice year for this defense.
Harris again, first down.
Yeah, we heard Aaron Andrews talk about Sean McVay saying, hey, defensively come out and make a stop, here to start this second half. And, those are tone setters. And the first play, Brockers gets the sack, but the big play to Harry, and now the Patriots are looking at it like, hey, they can climb right back into this ball game.
Newton is down by Donald. Aaron Donald, his 12th of the year.
Well, that's Jermaine Illuminor again out there at left tackle. We see Aaron Donald line up in a lot of different places. And this time he's working over the left tackle. And he's able to get home on Cam Newton. And Aaron Donald, he'll work all the way up and down that offensive front until he finds a soft spot, and then he's going to land right there. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him working the Illuminor a little bit more, or they come in and make a change. They've rotated Justin Huron in at left tackle, and I think we might be seeing him soon.
Handoff here for a nice gain to White. James White knocked down by Kenny Young, but he gets 9.
Yeah, I've always liked James White, and the problem, not really a problem, but he doesn't get utilized the way he would have in years past because he's really more of a receiving threat. And so he's outstanding coming out of the backfield, and Tom Brady would take advantage of a lot of those matchups, but now the way that they've run the football, he hasn't been as involved as what he typically is.
9-yard carry makes it 3rd and 8. Newton is going to go deep and incomplete for Harry. No flags on the play. That'll bring up 4th down, and the punt team comes on for the Patriots.
They try a double move once again. That's what they got Williams on earlier. And I think we're here now. That was a good job by James White. We were mentioning him. He comes up. He makes a great block in pass protection, but if Cam was able to get that ball up once again and let Harry use his size, he's 6'4". He can go up over the top on all these corners.
A little bit of a grab by Troy Hill, not called. Webster lets it go over his head, and it checks out of bounds near the 10. So the Rams will have it. Up by 14, first possession of the second half for LA.
I don't know why did he not want to put him?
Dad, is Jamie here? It's Sunday.
Sunday sing-along. And he helped us get a home and auto bundle. He's been our insurance guy for 5 years now.
He makes us feel like we're worth protecting. Why didn't you tell us about these savings, Flo? I've literally told you 1,000 times.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from land to land.
Thanks for waiting, kid.
Go ahead, sis, I got it.
I know. Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate it.
That's how strong my love is. That's how strong my love is. So much love, so much love. Oh, so much love. Yeah.
Coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, enjoy.
Colonel Snowman melted, bringing us this delicious piping hot meal with all the fixins. He's okay, right?
I'm sure he's fine. Wow, this delicious meal is piping hot.
He must have known we were too busy to cook.
Why did it have to be so piping hot? Coleslaw. Well, see ya.
What does it take to change the future for all our kids? It takes listening. It takes showing up. It takes a community that cares. This year, I will join over 1,000 NFL players to lace up their cleats for a personal cause. My foundation, 15 of them homies, is working to improve the health and wellness of our youth. Because to create a better future, it takes me, it takes you, it takes all of us.
Season premiere Monday, January 18th on Fox. Tonight's game is presented by Bud Light Platinum and new Bud Light Platinum Seltzer. Made for the night. Made to be enjoyed responsibly.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are
Second half for the Rams. If you look at the offensive personnel
up to this point,
and if that continues, as they continue to run more flag than they are three wide receiver, that would be a first for this year for that to happen.
And we are underway in Buffalo.
Woods and Cup each with 3 catches, limited yardage. Akers over the left side.
Near the back of the end
Block from Josh Reynolds to gain of 6. Boy, I'll say that's a good design too by Sean McVay. They motion out, they kind of widen it just a little bit, and then you've got Josh Reynolds who's coming in behind him. See the motion, and then when you've got Josh Reynolds who comes in and they get him moving just enough to where you get that block and it creates just a little bit of space. They've had some success in that first down. Akers is taking over this running back spot for the Rams. He's working on a 100-yard game. He's already got a career high season-high 21 carries in the win at Arizona.
And it's a killer.
And this rookie they love, mixed in with Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, far different than it was back in 2018 when they went to the Super Bowl, and it was a lot of Todd Gurley. A lot of Todd Gurley, and what we have not seen tonight, Joe, is Darrell Henderson. He's hurt a little bit of a shoulder injury, but because Akers has run the ball so well in this game, we've not seen Henderson at all.
And that's complete. It's Chris
Akers will jet step to his left, takes off to the right side, and is brought down here
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Tomorrow night on NFL Total Access, Myles Garrett's down by.
Big play in the
You
run
talk
game
about
to play
Cleveland's
before.
playoff
This
push
time
and
they go
being
right
made
back to
around
him in the
Walter
passing
Payton
game.
every year
Now he comes through
nominee.
yet another big
NFL
play.
Total Access tomorrow
That's why they work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate
which they
big
were not able to do back in the Super Bowl. They've been able to get on the edge. And the Patriots, even there, John Simon was in a position to make a play, but he's not able to make the play.
Second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
J.C. Jackson. Carry
back to the air on second down. It's Brady.
Made a good block. He makes a good block. Josh Reynolds comes in. He makes a good block.
But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
And they've done a lot of
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
This is an unselfish group offensively, and this is what it all starts with. The ability to run the football. And this was Bill Belichick's fear. He did not want the Rams to get the running game going because then you get all the plays.
Right, and he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
And he stopped after a gain of 3 by Dietrich Wise. The Rams had 140 yards on their first 2 drives, only 55 yards since until this possession. And they've been able to gobble up some yardage on the ground. They had to go right back to the way they started this game. Their 2 tight end looks, Cam Akers getting a little bit of a break over there. Darrell Henderson, he brings some juice to this offense. For a guy no bigger than he is, he's a physical runner. I thought once they had him on the ropes with that running game, though, you go heavy play action, you get a chance for a shot down the field. The Patriots have given up big plays this year. Here's some play action.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Able to get up and get a first down.
After the INT, it's Allen.
Feel the energy right now from this Rams offense. That was not a good throw. And for Woods to be able to make the catch first and foremost,
the Bills have taken the early lead.
That's not very good.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover.
Great job by
sudden
Woods.
change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
It's 2. Let's talk more about these wide receivers, Aaron.
Yeah, and how they're blocking. Austin Blake, the center for the Rams, said, we don't play with a fullback. So you see Robert Woods out there, Cooper Kupp. They're our fullback in our offense. And the way they go down the field and block for these guys. Austin Blythe saying the wide receivers are just invaluable, and you don't see that with a lot of wide receivers out there throughout the league, Troy.
You don't see it with guys who run routes as good as they do and are as prominent as they are as receivers. I mean, that's why I say they're unselfish. It's impressive.
Here's Akers back in the game, gets a yard.
They've used Gerald Everett quite a bit back there in the backfield as well, and he's done a good job. It's right now when you look at the Patriots, and we talked about all these players that they don't have defensively. They have some players that opted out, and one of those being Dante Hightower, but they also lost Jamie Collins, the linebacker, Patrick Chung, of course. But there's some good players, and those linebackers in a game like this, the way that the Rams have been able to run the football, I promise you that Bill Belichick would love to be having them. Now, Jamie Collins, he went on to greener pastures, and he's playing for the Detroit Lions.
They're down in 7. Pass out on the edge to Reynolds. And he's short of first down yardage. Jonathan Jones, the tackle. It's 4th down.
Well, I would, Sean McVay, we talk about analytics and all those kinds of things. Sean McVay he calls it a little bit more on the conservative side. I think in this game, I was going to say, I would expect him to go for it here.
Timeout taken. They're going to measure. He looked to be clearly short. But you never know. The ball just mysteriously moves sometimes. But it is 4th down.
Well, that gives Sean McVay plenty of time to decide what he wants to call.
That was an official's timeout for the measurement. Just to further your point, you see some of these teams going for 4th down after 4th down after 4th down. The Rams came into this game just 5 for 11, going for it on 4th.
Yeah, of course, that 4th down that they scored the touchdown on, they went with the quarterback sneak with Jared Goff there in that first half. Let's see what McVay wants to do here. For no more than he's got to pick up, I would expect Goff to keep this one as well.
And it looked like he got it. He did. Goff is a big-bodied guy, 6'4", 222. He has been able to pick up 2 4th down.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills.
Akers
gets strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started, and off we go from Lambeau. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here
right here.
at
But
the
watch
25.
Robert Woods to illustrate Aaron Andrews' point. He comes up, he's on Stephon Gilmore, and he makes the block, and it ends up, that ball's going to go inside of that, but it ends up being the block that actually creates the lane for that game.
They marked Akers out just short of 1st down yardage. So 2nd and less than 1.
Down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense
It was a bigger game for Sean McVay than it was Bill Belichick because of the history, because of what happened in that Super Bowl, the way that they got dominated. And this drive right here kind of says it all as far as what's happening in this game. 11 plays, 12 plays, no more. This is just the third
pass. First down pickup of 8.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence building run. Love the execution of
they're just running the football and kind of controlling the line of scrimmage. A little bit of play action coming off of it. Some easy throws. It's this is really impressive right now what we're seeing from this Rams offense. Give those guys up front credit, too. We've been talking about these wide receivers. That offensive line, they're getting the job done.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Short of another 1st down. Well, that offensive line may get
firing quickly as Allen. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball.
Said he's doing box jumps, and within the next couple of weeks, he may be back out there playing for the Rams.
Yeah, I've been following his progress on Instagram. It's pretty impressive what he's doing, and I thought his season was over, and you know, for a guy his age, he's still playing at an awfully high level. This drive here over 8 minutes long.
Akers didn't get it. So it's 4th down.
Allen going to give it to Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Josh Allen, he says that he wants to continue to perfect executing the run-pass option. Looked pretty good there.
And he's put in the minds of all people trying to defend him. That his legs create big plays. So guess who benefits?
His running back.
No doubt about it, and we just saw it there.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Timeout taken by LA.
The quick throw complete into the flat-out left. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. That catch good for only a couple. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to it because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. Flush to his right.
This is the new Pixel 4a 5G and Titan security. Someone doesn't mess around with security. I don't mess around. It's the super safe stuff security. The Google Pixel 4a with 5G from $499. This is the new Google Pixel 4a with 5G with all-day battery. For someone who has things to do and places to go, it's the battery anxiety buster. The Google Pixel 4a with 5G from $499.
Next, introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. And 3 catches for him. He's got a lot of plays to start.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field. Despite seeing the multiple tight ends that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time to what the case was.
Yeah, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one
Sean McVay, the youngest coach to lead a
Only
team
3
to the
yards
Super
there
Bowl.
on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
Got matched up against Bill Belichick. He's going for it here on 4th down and 1. It's a big decision right here. He's got a chance to put the Patriots away, or he can keep them in it.
He's going to be very close to a first down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short.
Point at each other. Golf says it's on the Patriots.
Defense number 52. Knows half of this is the goal. Results in a first down.
That's Akeem Spence.
The offense is staying out there.
And
Here we go
makes
on
it a
4th
first
and
down
goal
by
from
penalty.
the
So here's the
1.
least penalized team. Committing a penalty there to the Rams, trying to draw him offside prior to the timeout. They come out of the timeout, and it works.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down the
that's
turf.
killing Bill Belichick.
They're turned away on 4th and goal.
Knowing how
The
important this
opening
drive
drive
is
of the
right
ball
here.
game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Off to his right, throws, pass is caught, touchdown, Cup. I'll tell you, Joe, the interception that he threw was a similar play in that he threw it behind him. This is one, it has to be on the money.
Now the man from
just
UTEP,
cannot
this is
be
Aaron
behind.
Jones.
There's a lot of bad
He's
things
able
that
to
can
get
happen
this
down here.
across
You don't
the
put
10
that
before
ball in
being
the
taken
perfect
down.
spot. And
Trying
he
to
leaves him
escape
out
the
there.
shadow of
Really
the goalpost. That held
outstanding
10
throw.
yards, first
And
down.
then Cooper Kupp,
First and 10
at the
at the
12-yard
line.
tap his toes in and finish it off. What a good call there by McVay. Gets a new set of downs, comes out,
shotgun
sprints out
for
to the right.
Rodgers.
Perfect throw, touchdown.
Oh, did he
Third
hang on
touchdown
to
of the
it? He
season
did
for
on the
Kupp.
dime.
Looked like
Nice
John
grab.
Simon might have got
Give
his
him
fingers
18
on that
on that
pass as
play,
well.
and Green Bay has the first as well.
I'd have to
And
say
it
that
was
whenever you
awfully
see
close.
a
Has to
good
make it
post route run,
24-3.
they do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up
Long
there, let him
drive.
go get it, and he got it.
Impressive drive. Most of it on the ground. The touchdown through
Now a
the
first
air.
down carry by
Rams
Jones.
by 21.
He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense
This
that
holiday,
has an elite
get iPhone
receiver,
12 on the 5G
blitz
America's
nothing
new
in man coverage, you're
This
going
new
to
iPhone Plus
even if
Verizon
he has an
5G
elite
is
defender
incredible.
on him,
Switch
because
now and
he
get
usually
iPhone
gets the
12 Pro
ball
Max on
before the
us.
defender
Unlimited
does.
plans start at just $35. This is 5G from America's most reliable network.
This weekend, get to Kohl's and save an extra 20 or 15% off. Save on floor care. Get 15% off select toys. And up to 30% off beauty and fragrance gift sets. Plus, get gold cash. Plus, shop our daily deal with now. Plus, free start pickup. Give them all your card. Kohl's.
Congratulations. Welcome to the Aflac program. Now tell me, what does Aflac do? Aflac pays you money directly to help with unexpected medical bills. And is Aflac health insurance?
No, but it can help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
That's right. Are there any questions? Yes.
Can I get one of those cold blue blazers?
You know I can't play favorites. All right, let's talk coverage. It's go time.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Get to
Get to know us.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Soy un campeón, empezó el lockdown, estoy a 5 y al lado, soy touchdown, así como un jet sembrando cloud.
Rodgers with a give, it's Aaron Jones. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right.
That was
The
16
Buffalo defense does its job, and it's fourth down. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big end.
The final one being the touchdown to
And the 13-year man puts it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down and get through.
At the 25, it was built for success. Presented by Rocket Mortgage to the Rams defense tonight.
And that
and
one
really all
bounce
season,
out of the back
the
of the end
stats are
zone,
great.
so we will
They
start
can be
here
smothering.
at the 25.
A young head coach sprinting along with Kenny Young for a
Bills come to
79-yard
the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this quarter?
Really playing well.
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time.
Come on.
Intercepted.
Picked off at the That's not pass interference?
Sean Robinson,
it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there.
Talk about as smothering as they've been. That I just know that Sean McVay, if they don't do something really special, and when I say special, I mean go all the way.
Hand off to Michelle. Not much. Third down coming up.
Yeah, I think that they're going to look at this year and say, wow, we really wasted a hell of an effort by this defense, as good as they have been. And they have a lot of pieces in place. You know, and when they're humming along, and they have been tonight, you can see they're a force to be reckoned with.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Packers 10, Bills nothing.
Third down and 4. Brought down from behind by Brockers. He's got a sack in this game, makes that play to force a punt. As the third quarter will come to an end with that defensive jab from Michael Brockers.
Michael Brockers is a guy who, plays alongside Aaron Donald, and I just think he's highly underrated as far as his career and what he has meant to this defense over the years.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you.
We used to talk about Aaron Donald on defense and then the Rams offense. But this is a group effort by LA. Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light Platinum. Back after this.
TV's #1 show is all new. The Masked Singer, Wednesday on Fox.
We are Bud Light.
Hey, man, I appreciate that Rodgers rate on my insurance so much. I might let you win today.
Rodgers rate? State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. Hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
News, highlights, all in one place, right on your TV. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Click, call, or visit the store for details.
be honest. Which one's better? The Rodgers league or the Patrick Mahomes?
Now
Guys,
Allen
they
again.
offers everyone surprisingly great rates. It's the Rodgers league.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Football was a passion that turned into an obsession.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, set, and ready to rock for the third quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
It's like a roller coaster. Like the one. It's me. I gotta be free. Prodigal Son returns Tuesday, January 12th.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Part of that special teams weekend of the Chargers here on
Shotgun
Sunday.
now for Rodgers. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
One on first down. It's Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, it's Jones.
This
And
year,
he'll be
you got
close
it
to a
done.
first
Now
down
Walmart
as
can
the
help take
tackle
off your
made at the
giftings with
Bills'
free
23.
curbside pickup. Fast
5 yards
delivery
as the
from your
pickup
Walmart
there as
store
that
or
extends
gifts
this
shipped right to your
drive.
door. Let's end the year celebrating.
Up at 2 a.m. Again. Tonight, try Pearson's Almond. Unlike other sweeteners, almond stems produce serotonin and helps you sleep longer and longer. Equal Pearson's
Just what you want on a
Almond.
first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
The time will come. Everything will be different.
From the shotgun, again to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from.
We make USAA insurance for members like Barton, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
Be interesting to see now what they do
USAA insurance made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbors even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third
This
down
year,
play as
we
we play
learned
3
a lot
quarters.
about
This
baking.
is the
Walmart
National
makes it easy
Football
with
League
roast
on EA
beefs,
Sports.
gadgets, and so much icing. Let's end the year deliciously.
About a half-yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Look at the AFC playoff picture here in Week 14. The division leaders at the top. Wild card
Here's
teams in the
Jones.
middle.
And
Also
he'll
in
take
the
this
hunt.
into the end zone for a Green Bay
Touchdown.
touchdown.
Patriots.
Taking it in
They
from
really
4
need to win
yards
out.
out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He had the option to hand that football off, I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it surprises the heck out of the defense.
We've had games where they've been tested against some good offenses, and they've done a heck of a job, but this is a very limited Patriots offense for sure. And it has been, it's not just this year. I mean, last year it was as well. Akers, career night, out to the 35, 3 more on the pile. But you're right, Joe. Coming into this game, you look at the AFC, you know, some good teams, and it's a tight
come to
fit
the line to start their next drive. And it's tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal
last time. They were at 500 prior to beating the Chargers was week 4. So they've been climbing to get back into it and have done that to get back to relevancy. And they met their match.
Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Oh, he's able to
out-muscle him as he
pulls it
this
in.
game.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Pretty telling call there, though, by Sean McVay.
It's the tight end making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Still run the football.
Another nice game, 13 yards that
taking the
time,
ball
and
out
another
of golf
first down.
games and saying,
Again,
we'll run the ball well. We just might be able to pick it up, but it's nothing else.
And now he's going to use his legs.
Don't give them a short field, any chance of it.
It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Did you hear what Bill Belichick said about Johnny Hecker?
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
He's able to cross the 25. He said he is as good at that position as anybody I have ever seen in my career. And there's a lot of people could say something like that. He does not carry the weight,
try to punch it in with They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop right around the 1.
Wow.
2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd and goal.
Quick throw complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
Built for the holidays.
Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown
of what you're eligible
to have to be a short throw, too, because where they are on the field, the extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Share the joy this holiday.
After the touchdown pass to kick it
away. Way better.
Colgate Optic White Renewal.
Fielding near the
10
back of the
years
end
of yellow
zone.
stains. That's like all the way back to 2010.
What's that?
It's a shade to wait the Remove 10 years of yellow stains with Colgate Optic White Renewal.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock defensively.
A stream of lightning strikes every
Do you
time.
run the football here or do you throw?
A lasting gift leaves a lasting impression.
You tell them, here's the situation.
Trey, ancient heritage.
So we are not going to play this conservative. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need.
This holiday at T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal on the new iPhone 12, 5G on every plan. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan. Switch now and save 20% on your bill versus the other guys. That's the best value in wireless. That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on America's largest 5G network. And save 20% per month. It's time to holiday on. It's time for T-Mobile.
Rodgers to throw.
From the WWE Thunderdome. Now let's continue John's coach, of course, with Universal Champion Roman Reigns and route to their showdown at TLC. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Left.
1st and 10 at
Some of
the
the numbers
33-yard
and some of the
line.
accomplishments for the Rams defense tonight with their 3 sacks, all in the
Totally
half.
home free yet, but
Interception
it's
return
looking
for a
good as they
touchdown.
come up
First
1st and 10.
in the career of Kenny Young. That goal
They'll
line
try to run
stop.
some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout
Down by
as
21,
they'll talk
just
things over prior to
12:45
this
left.
upcoming 2nd down play.
And 10.
Now
unable to pull the trigger and suffers his fourth sack. Kenny Young is having a
not
night.
much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard.
Good game, man. I don't know if you can hear me. You're tough, man. I'm making mistakes. I made 2 mistakes versus you, kind of. But you're tough to beat. If somebody else makes a mistake, you don't make many.
Any type of initiative. I am going to throw a quick throw. Damian Harris, who's injured, slant or something like that.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
You lead the way.
It's a gain of 5
You carry
and
us
a lead to a
forward.
4th down.
You provide.
44-yard attempt.
You protect. And you show us what it means to serve. Which is why for us, there's nothing more rewarding than serving you.
During the Ram Big Finish event with employee pricing for all, get an average $8,860 below MSRP on the 2021 Ram 1500.
And Crosby puts it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. Get the phone everyone wants on 5G, America's new wave.
Verizon 5G is next level.
Switch now and save $700 on Galaxy S20 Plus 5G. Unlimited plans start at just $35. With 5G included at no extra cost. Only on Verizon. This holiday, find stylish gifts for all the diamonds in your life. Get 25% off everything. And find one-of-a-kind deals at the Winter Jewelry Sale. Shop online with a virtual consultant. Zales, the diamond store.
That's right. Subway is open, serving footlongs contact-free. Order in the app for quick and easy pickup. Or get contact-free curbside pickup. Staying home? Get delivery. So many ways to get footlongs contact-free. Subway, be fresh.
When I heard about Harris working criminal justice reform, I knew we had to connect with him. We talked to judges and community leaders to offer solutions to make our system more just, advocating for reduced arrests and policies that reflect where we are as a society today. Keep moving the sticks. Start Saturday strong. That's number 21, Colorado. That'll be all part of Big Win Saturday on Fox.
But they've got the punt team out there.
A champion will be crowned.
And he gets it away, a directional kick on toward the sideline. And he got that one
cap off their season with the title. While Jordan Morris and the Seattle Sounders aim to go back-to-back. The 2020 MLS Cup, Saturday at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Good to see Damian Harris able to get up and at least slip off the field. Thought for a moment he just got up, but they might have to bring a card out. But trying to walk it off over on the sideline. Meanwhile, it's second down and 13 after the 4th sack of the night by this Rams defense. They got Jalen Ramsey on Jacob Johnson, the fullback. Passes into the ground. I'm not even talking about stuff like that anymore on the outside. Hey, he wouldn't throw to him. I'm not jinxing anything on these games. Time now for Game Rewind, presented by Warner Brothers Tenet. Available to own December 15th. That's Christopher Nolan's work. Hard to find somebody better than Nolan. Hard to find a night better for the Rams in this Super Bowl 53 rematch. First points by Goff. The interception, the pick 6 by Kenny Young, and that beautiful throw and catch between Goff and Cup. Third down, pass incomplete. 3 and out, and this Patriots offense can't do anything now. No, and I will tell you that you get into a situation like this against this Rams defense, and it doesn't really matter who it is. That it's even the Kansas City Chiefs, as great as they are at attacking a secondary. This Rams secondary creates some real challenges. They give some different looks. They run some great combo coverages, and for this offense, it's next to impossible. They're telling Simba Webster just to stay away. Lets it go over his head. Beautiful punt by Jake Bailey of 71. That's a career long. We'll be right back after this from Bud Light.
Jeez.